Hello, my name is Luke Mornix, and I'm here to talk to you today about why I'm choosing to become a teacher. More specifically, what experiences led me to choose teaching as a career, and why have I chosen teaching as a career? Well, my relationship with teaching goes back a long way. All right, when I was in second grade, I took part in a little school competition where basically I got to be a teacher for the day. I don't remember exactly what I presented, but I do remember it was science. And I remember presenting it at least 3 times. I presented it to my class. My teacher absolutely loved it. So I presented it to the other second grade class, and their teacher loved it as well. They loved it so much that they asked one of the third grade teachers if I could come in and present it for their class as well. The third grade presentation actually went well at first, but after a little while, I ended up getting heckled by the third graders. I guess they didn't take well to being taught a concept that they had learned before, and then it didn't make it any better that it was by a younger kid. But the beauty of this experience was that as a kid, I remember going to the library. I remember, getting help from the librarian to get some textbooks, that were about the subject I was teaching, the concept I was teaching. And with the help of those books and my textbook, I put together a nice little presentation, and my teacher didn't even have to alter it very much at all. So take that and then fast forward it to 10th grade biology class, and this opportunity came around again. I ended up with the opportunity to write and present a lesson on how energy flows through the ecosystem. Once again, this presentation it ended up being very long, and it ended up being really good as well. My instructor on the spot even asked me to talk about how the energy flows through the aquatic ecosystem as well, and I did it. 2 other biology teachers in the department walked in and stayed for the presentation as well. These are very positive experiences for a young man, growing up in high school or whatever. But somehow, even with those experiences, I didn't pursue a career in teaching right away. I think this is because at the time I didn't see teaching as one of those exciting or high-paying careers. So when I ended up going to college, I ended up majoring and obtaining a degree in business administration. But you know what they say, you can't really outrun your calling. So eventually I ended up going back to teaching. After working in the financial industry for 8+ years, I learned a lot of lessons. I learned a lot about how corporations function. I learned about certain strategic relationships companies have with other companies. I learned a lot about mortgages, foreclosures, the role of government entities and government-sponsored entities as it pertains to mortgages. But none of those roles I had or the lessons that I learned really spoke to any sort of passion inside me. There were days, where I really just felt like I was wasting my life. I was letting my life waste away. So I started to think, if I could start all over again, what would I do? And I started to think deeper about my childhood and what I wanted to be originally when I was a child. And the answer to that was a science teacher because of my previous, stated experiences. At that point in the journey, I applied to Texas A&M Commerce, and I was delighted when I found out that I would have the opportunity to study secondary education in their master's program. This officially gave me an opportunity to pursue a career in teaching. And now, where we are in the journey is that I'm currently 1 semester away from completing my master's degree in secondary education. So I went from, being unfulfilled in my career and my chosen path to being, a few months away from successfully pursuing another pathway, the pathway that I originally wanted from the beginning. So that's kind of where I am currently in my journey. At this point in my preparation, I feel that I am pretty prepared. I studied a lot, like things that ranging from educational theories, cognitive development, instructional strategies. I even studied the adolescent brain. And I know a lot more about the teenage brain than I ever thought I would. I still feel like I lack experience at this point though. So that's really where I fall short. I feel like I have a good knowledge base to begin the process of gaining experience. In this class specifically, I have gained a great deal of knowledge that I didn't have before. One thing that sticks out to me is the Madeline Hunter and 5E templates for lessons plans. I learned about those in this classroom, and I feel like they're a very, valuable tool for creating lessons. I like the flow of them. I like the structure of them. It feels like it would be fairly easy to plan lessons with those templates. Now, obviously, it has to have, a lot of substance, but I feel like having that structure, would help you out a lot when you plan lessons. Something else that sticks out to me is the work we did around multiple intelligences. I really feel that theory can help you out a lot in the classroom. Some students may feel that they are bad students, but if you have a teacher who is willing, to use the theory, they could use multiple intelligences to reach students in different ways, or they can have students demonstrate their attainment of the concepts that were presented in different ways. Something else that sticks out that we covered in this semester is classroom management plans. Now, I know the plan that I actually wrote, it would change quite a bit when I actually step foot in the classroom. But just the experience of writing out the plan, it really put me in the correct frame of mind that I felt like I needed to be in. It helped me think about a lot of things that I had not previously really thought about in depth, and it made me think about those things in detail. It really made me think about what truly goes into running a classroom effectively. The experience of writing the plan was incredibly valuable to me, and I really feel like it'll help me in, when I become a certified teacher. It helped me to become a successful certified teacher. At this point, I feel like there's still a lot that I need to learn. I think I have a ways to go when it comes to controlling my classroom in the most effective way possible. Sometimes I worry about coming off too strong and having, a lot of students who are really standoffish, or coming off too soft in the class and, kind of having chaos in the classroom. I imagine myself at times being too mean, and at other times I imagine myself being too nice. I think one really, really important lesson that I will need to learn is how to find the correct balance in the classroom. When to be, a villain, and, when to be somebody that the students can talk to or feel comfortable, giving their opinions in the classroom. I also feel like I need to come up with a set of rules and a plan to incorporate them in my classroom along with the consequences. Because I know once you set the rules that you need to stick with them. I also still need to learn more about curriculum development and the most effective ways to plan lessons. I also believe that teachers do a lot of administrative work, and I need to learn about that as well. All in all, though, I feel that I am prepared to teach, but I'm sure that may change a little bit when I actually walk into a classroom. But it's okay if it does change, because the first time I walk into the classroom, my own classroom, it will be the first day of the rest of my life, as this is the journey that I've chosen. Thank you.